Yeah, so I know last weekend Sir Alex was saying that this derby isn't the biggest game on United's calendar, that it's the Liverpool United game still, which amazed me, because I think he must be the only person left in Greater Manchester who actually believes that the Manchester derby isn't the biggest fixture in English football now.
Yeah, well, I think the point he was making, I think he's still referring more or less to the past, and he's not really giving City the credit due at the moment, but because obviously Liverpool United probably was the biggest game for him in his time, because he said he wanted to knock them off the perch, and that's they've been one of the biggest challenges. City haven't been a challenge to Fergie in the time he's been there until last season, really.
Yeah, but he's got to recognise the fact that they are now.
Well, I think he is, but I think what he's saying is basically what he's saying. 2 or 3 years down the line, if City are still where they are, then that will be the biggest derby. Because I don't think Liverpool are going to touch City in the next few years. So that kind of threat from Liverpool is diminishing all the time, and City are on the rise. So, but I think you're probably going to give it another 2 or 3 seasons to establish it in his mind, if not the Manchester people.
All right, so City have got 2 or 3 years leeway. They win a couple of titles and so on, and Fergie still hasn't noticed yet that they're. They're 2 points ahead of United in the league.
Well, I'm sure he's not naive enough not to be taking it seriously. I think anybody at Old Trafford who's still trying to dismiss it, I think they've got their heads buried in the sand a little bit, a lot in fact, because there's no doubt about it. City a huge threat to United now. But I think Fergie will judge a lot of things like that over time. He's seen challenges come and go, fly-by nights. I don't think this one's going to be a Friday night challenge, but I can see where he's coming from, and I think he's recognising now. If you've had 2 League Cup semi-finals, you've had an FA Cup semi-final, and a Community Shield, they are some of the biggest games on the calendar. And if Manchester Derby is getting the biggest games on the calendar, then he's got to recognise it.
I know where I think the game could be won and lost. What are your thoughts? Where do you think United might have the edge?
Well, I think United have got to try and, first of all, they've got to try and rediscover that form they had at the start of the season, when they were very much great value for money, entertainment-wise. They were a bit vulnerable, and I think in trying to stiffen up a little bit at the back, they've lost that. To me, they've lost that bit of spark again. I think they need to refine that with still the solidity, because City are scoring goals for fun, aren't they? I think United's strength is always going to be tempo, wings, Nani and Young, and then hopefully Rooney scores another average kind of goal, like he did last year.
Yeah.
But when, I mentioned that City, the way they're scoring. Do you think that is their big?
Yeah. It's 27 goals. I think it's a Premier League record for the first 8 games. This is a team that was being dismissed as boring and negative last season, and it wasn't the case. I think it was just a case of things weren't coming together as well as Mancini would have liked. It was more about evolving the team, and now he's at the point. Obviously, Aguero and Nasri made a difference as well, 2 top attacking players who've come in. But I think that the 2 teams are that close now that it's just a matter of degrees. It's a matter of little details where this game could be won and lost. And I honestly think that you look at City's central midfield, you look at United's central midfield, I think City have got a definite edge there. I think in attacking terms, I know City have scored a lot of goals, but the attacking players are all fantastic players. We've got Aguero, Balotelli, Dzeko for City, Hernandez, Berbatov, and not forgetting Rooney for United. And they're backed up by fantastic players like Nani and Silva and people like this. But the engine room, if you look at that, I think with Yaya Toure there and the way Gareth Barry's been playing this season, Nigel de Jong's back. It took him a while to get going against Villarreal, but I think now he's back, he makes a big difference. He gives a great balance to the way City play. I just think that City have got an edge in terms of competitiveness and in terms of power and strength and in the passing game as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think United fans are still, no matter what they've achieved over the last few seasons, they're still not happy with that core of the heart of the midfield. You know, people might say now, well, we didn't really want Schneider. I think they desperately wanted him. The fans, he was the one they really wanted. Earlier in the season, they were saying, "Oh, well, who needs Schneider?" Well, I think as it's progressed and that sort of it's dropped off from that first few matches, I think they do. You know, I think they're now starting to think actually this side with Schneider would have been good and could have challenged City in that central area. Because, well, hopefully the other thing, hopefully they might get Tom Cleverley back, because Tom was a big difference at the start of the season, and obviously turned the Community Shield around virtually single-handed, didn't he?
Yeah. The other area that I think City have got a definite edge. I know De Gea has had a couple of very good performances lately, but I think in a derby match, especially one like this where there could be a lot of shots on goal going in, a lot of crosses coming in. I think that Joe Hart has got an edge. You know, he's played in derbies before. Yeah. He knows where it's at. In fact, I was trying to work out earlier, I think he's one of only 2 players in the City team who have actually won at Old Trafford, and the other is Micah Richards, who was in that 2008 derby. And I think that he's definitely got an edge on De Gea. I mean, De Gea's showing that he can be a decent keeper, but I still think there's question marks over his temperament, and especially in the big games. I mean, his first wobble was in that Community Shield. Yeah. Cast a doubt over him. So you start to wonder whether he's right for a game of this magnitude.
I think he's got over that. I think they were. Yeah, I agree. And you know, there might still be question against him round the corner, because he's only 20-year-old and he's still learning, the English game. But he's had these 2 challenges recently at Stoke and at Anfield on Saturday. And I know, speaking to Rio Ferdinand after the match at Anfield, and he said, because David was United man of the match at Liverpool, without a shadow of a doubt, and he said that the Stoke game was a turning point for him, because he was very aware that everyone thought this was going to be the one that, you've got Crouch and all of them, the Delac throws going in, and the crowd and everything. He was very aware that people were looking to him to make a real hash of it, and he played well that day and got through it. And Rio said, his confidence since then has been terrific. And I think, on top of that, the way he played in front of the Kop, because they were bombarding him. Free kicks were going in, corners were going in. And he was punching everything away, and he's a great shot stopper. So I actually think he's over that early question marks. I don't think United will have a problem with him, and I think Joe Hart's a great goalkeeper, but I don't think he's going to have the edge on Saturday.
Should be a great derby. I think it could be a very entertaining attacking derby. I remember sitting next to you at the Eastlands derby last season, when it got massive hype and build up, and everyone. I remember being excited about it. So even a cynical old hack like me was excited about the game and everything that went with it. And we just ended up slumping in our seats because it was desperately dull, wasn't it? Yeah. But I just get the feeling that this one, the way both teams have started. I mean, City attack, United have always had that attacking bent. I just think it could be entertaining the extreme and really showcase Manchester football.
Well, I was going to say, let's hope it for that reason, if nothing else, because now we are the capital of football in this country, because we're the top 2. We want everyone to see it in the game between each other. And like you say, I know they weren't the top 2 last year, but it was starting to evolve that, and it was just absolutely dreadful actually for Manchester football. So the damage to be repaired there. But like you say, I think the way prepared and go at it, you can't see it being 0-0, can you?
No, that's all.
Yeah, well, let's go for it. Prediction for the game. I think it's going to be a draw, to be honest. I really do. I think they're so probably even in the match. So I'm going for a high scorer. So a 3-3 for me.
That's happened before, that 3-3. Even I remember a 3-3 draw in Manchester.
Yeah, 1970.
Yeah, is that when it was?
71.
I thought you were a lot older than me, Stuart. I can't remember that.
71, I think it was.
Yeah, I just think City have won there once in 37 years. and I just think it's time that that came to an end. These things don't go on forever, and the last couple of derbies, City have crept closer and closer. The last couple of Old Trafford derbies, and that's the last derby that they actually won that one. And I just think that history dictates that things come to a close, and I just think City might just sneak this one. I'll go 2-1 City.
Good luck.